This video is Sunday 25th of August 2013. Hope you're having a good weekend. Well, over the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been talking about breakouts potentially happening in the euro and the yen. And this week we got the break in the euro, we didn't get it in the yen, and actually the story's told with the commitment of traders numbers. So let me just show you on my charts what I'm talking about. First of all, this is euro daily and weekly chart, and this is the 134 number that said was absolutely key. The reason why I think we're going to break out and continue higher, so breaking above resistance levels on daily and weekly will take us into a strong trend higher, is because the last time around we had this blue professional bar kind of come in at the dip, we had this one at the dip. This one was a little bit of a U-turn, kind of buying the breakout, and the low of this bar's held, and we've come back up. This time, you know, they're kind of anxious to get on board a breakout again. The highs, we're going through the highs, the lows are kind of, you know, well behind us, and we're breaking into an uptrend above resistance here. And then also in the background we've had our exhaustion selling bullish divergence on the weekly chart, same deal, exhaustion, bullish divergence, flush pattern, and so on. So euro's kind of breaking out. The yen, similar type thing. I know we're in a really important downtrend, so all I'm talking about is a race back up to a weekly resistance level. So, you know, we're still in a downtrend on the yen on the weekly chart, and I was saying 2.5 was kind of the critical level, because we had a similar thing where we were kind of breaking the highs. We had a little bit of a dip down with an amateur bar testing, you know, kind of down, and you know, we bounced up, but then we couldn't make it through 2.5, 3 here into an uptrend. So this has kind of failed on this breakout, and if you look at the commitment of traders, it kind of shows the position. Here's yen. So what I do is I take the commitment of traders numbers, I flip them upside down, because that way they kind of flow with price. So you can see his commitment of traders heading down here, up here, down here. You know, the market's doing the same, and then I can pick out visually and plus on the indicator kind of bearish and bullish divergence patterns a lot more easily. So this is a bearish divergence pattern that led to the huge decline we had since October in the yen. But look at what the commitment of traders is doing. It's like we're well under the zero line here, and we're just hanging around. There's no, you know, change. There's no reversal of positions by the professionals here to support, you know, taking profits and moving back up. They're still committed to, you know, this being in a strong downtrend. Different picture though with the euro. You can see here, same thing, you know, the commitment of traders numbers been following the price down, but it's been making bullish divergence patterns here as we've been testing these lows, and this last week, here's the number that kind of comes out. We were just playing around the zero line here, just looking at these values. Yeah, they were right on the zero line, -2, +1, and then a +12 number here. So all of a sudden we got our little bit bullish divergence patterns here. We're breaking through 134s. This is a totally different look than the yen chart here. Remember, all I was saying was, you know, a short covering rally bouncing back to resistance on the weekly chart, but you know, it's a different situation when we look at the yen versus the euro here. So that's potentially why, you know, we've had the breakout in the euro, but we're not getting the breakout in the yen. So that's kind of important, and just going to show you a couple of other things on the commitment of traders. The other thing that's breaking back up is gold and silver, and not unusual here. So I'm of the camp that believes that gold and silver kind of move higher when there's political uncertainty. I get the money printing argument, I get all of that, but you know, look to the videos on trading gold and silver, because when you look at the history, it's not as clear. But you know, political uncertainty and wars are very definitely kind of bullish for gold, and we've got, you know, a real problem happening in Syria. The Middle East is still kind of inflamed, you know, all kinds of problems there, and here's gold and silver kind of popped up, and look at the commitment of traders kind of followed along. So, you know, it was a nice kind of sell-off. It was kind of telegraphing that we're kind of breaking into an uptrend, and we've started to do that over the last couple of days. So there we go, commitment of traders going gold and silver quite nicely there. The other one, which is kind of bullish, you know, the whole time around, is crude. So look at crude, all above the zero line here, and been telegraphing the breakout in crude. That was down at 98, and we got that runaway move. We've now got a little bit of a bull flag going on here, so we've broken up, we've consolidated a little bit. I think we're going to be breaking back up again. And just as a last point, here's the S&P futures. So during the week I put up a video just talking about the warning signal that we had on the commitment of traders numbers. That's the crash warning indicator. So that's kind of gone off, and then with this week's activity, we've got a confirmation of a bearish divergence pattern up here. We had a weak number last week, and I put out a video about that, and it's continued to weaken again. So hold on to your hats, because, you know, the lows of this week, which what did it get down to? I can't see that, it's gone beyond the chart. I think it was in the 40s this week. Hold on to your hats, because if that level is broken, that's significant. Bonds stubbornly negative here on the commitment of traders, and the bonds have not rallied back up. So similar kind of situation to the yen there. We'll see. If we do have kind of a sell-off, a safety play, the bonds will bounce a little bit. But in terms of what the commitment of traders numbers showing us, they're not supporting any type of rally at the moment, kind of like here. So interesting. Anyway, there we go. Hope your trading's going well, and hope you're enjoying the weekend.